the lover.
Bringing out this pawn often leads to a closed, strategic game. Preparing to move your bishop to g7. This is a modern way of fighting for the center. This move prepares for their bishop to join the action. You develop your bishop on the long diagonal. They made one of the top moves in this position. You are bringing your knight into play, eyeing the central squares. Their bishop comes into play, attacking the center. This move opens the path for your bishop to enter the game. They bring out their knight, increasing their control over the center. You are threatening to win a rook by trapping a piece. Their move stopped you from being able to win a rook by trapping a piece. You missed a better way to strike at the center with a pawn. They played the strongest move available. Your pawn is undefended, so this move loses material. They took your pawn for free. With that move, you chase the knight away, moving their threatened knight to safety. That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure. They chose kingside castling, getting their king out of the center and activating a rook. Castling on the same side of the board as your opponent is a solid choice. That's playable. You're kicking their knight out of a useful square. A correct move to get their knight out of harm's way. You apply pressure to your opponent's pawn chain. Your opponent reinforced the defense of their pawn. That was a fair trade. A clear recapture. You move the bishop to a better square, placing the rook on an open file. You've pinned your opponent's knight, which restricts its mobility. Another piece joins the board for your opponent. Your best move was to develop a knight and attack the center. A correct move to get their pawn out of harm's way. Good start. Your knight is on its way to a more active square. Their best option was to kick a bishop. Clearly, you don't want to leave your queen in danger. Their knight is now in a stronger position, controlling key areas of the board. Your best move was to challenge the opposing rook for the open file. This move allows you to capture their vulnerable queen. You won material by capturing a queen. Their better move was to move a knight to safety. You take back the material at last. Decent move, but they had a better one. This is the way to win material. A correct move to get their bishop out of harm's way. You had a better option, but this is not bad. Capturing your hanging pawn. You've just allowed your knight to be taken without a fight. Capturing your hanging knight. Your best move was to kick a knight. A straightforward recapture. You allowed the opponent to eventually win a queen. You missed an opportunity to tactically win a bishop. They missed a chance to tactically win a queen. You step your king away from the checking knight. You are now able to eventually win material. You are losing material this way. You missed an opportunity to win material through a tactic. They found a way to win material. Your better option was to kick a knight. This is the only good move. They've moved their knight closer to the center to boost its activity. You dodged the check, moving your king out of harm's way. Their better move was to defend a knight that was under attack. You are now able to kick a knight. You permitted the opponent to eventually win material. I like their choice. You escaped the check from the bishop. This move gives you the opportunity to win their knight. You missed an opportunity to tactically win a knight. This move left their bishop hanging. You won a bishop for free. They played one of the best moves here. This is a fine move. Takes back. Your opponent's knight is trapped. They kick your queen with a pawn, forcing it to move or be captured. You won a knight for free. Their bishop is now in a more active square. Your blockade stops the other player's pawn from moving. They created left, ensuring their king has a safe square if needed. You captured that free pawn. They move the bishop to safety. Yes, this is the way. This move puts their bishop on a safer square. Good job, that's what I would have played too. They've placed their bishop on a strong outpost, where it can't be challenged by a pawn. Clearly, you don't want to leave your pawn in danger. That's not a mistake, but they did not find the best move here. You captured a free pawn. That's playable. Well done, an excellent move. They made one of the top moves in this position. Past pawns must be pushed. Your opponent creates a pawn chain, making their structure. This move doesn't hurt you much, but it doesn't help either. You are now able to force eventual checkmate. Your passed pawn is one step closer to promotion, moving their bishop to a better position. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. I like their choice. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. Recaptures. You are threatening to force eventual checkmate. You get a chance to force eventual checkmate. Your opponent has no escape. You can force a checkmate with the correct moves. Precise move from your opponent. Your move gets closer to checkmate. They played one of the best moves here. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. This is the way to win a bishop. They move their king out of the check from your queen. You continue the checkmate attack. They stop the check by interposing a piece between your queen and their king. Congrats on your win.